almost 2 weeks of camp in. How's it looking?
Well, right now everybody's healthy and everyone's upright, so that's
Yeah.
the most important thing. You got 21 guys. We've had very hot weeks of practice, hotter than I can ever remember. I've been doing this for 19 years now. But everyone's upright, everyone's ready to go, and we had a great scrimmage against Newton Falls on Tuesday, in which we scored 5 touchdowns. They scored 1, so kids felt real good about that. We know we got a lot of work to go, but kids were mentioning that's the best they've ever felt after a scrimmage before, so it's a good sign.
After the way last year went, how I know you weren't here, but a lot of these kids were, and how do you, when coming into the program, how do you sell sort of the fresh start, or how do you reinvigorate them after a really difficult year on and off the field?
That's tough when you're dealing with kids and not a good season and not playing the last 3 games, and I'm going to come in here and give a rah-rah speech and get them all to trust me and trust the other coach. It doesn't happen that way.
Right.
It comes over time. We came in January, February, and we started slow, and we got to know the kids. We had workouts and, got all the contact information, let the parents know about us, where we've been, got 3 really good, experienced coaches, and over time the kids started buying in. It was a slow process. They started buying in. And I think everyone was probably still a little shaky until Tuesday when we had that scrimmage, and then they realized we can play. Newton Falls was gargantuan. They were bigger than us at every position. They had 38 kids. We had 19 that could play. So, going out there and seeing what they could do on that Tuesday was, I think it kind of validated everything we did from January until Tuesday, really, August 9th. And everything's going good right now. It's nice and hot. Everybody's here. Everybody's working hard. We don't have to beg the kids to come out. We don't have to kick them in the butt to get them to go full go. It's it's been a process, but it's all paid off.
I know that you were sort of out of the coaching game, and what made this a job that you got you back in? What made this something that you wanted to come out here and do?
Well, I was a head coach at Beechwood for 6 years, and then the last 3 as an assistant at West Geauga and Euclid. So I was offensive coordinator at West G, and then last year as a defensive coordinator at Euclid. The Beechwood experience was great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. We had great teams, worked with good people, and I never thought I'd be a head coach again, because I had 3 young kids, and it's a lot of time. I came out here and interviewed, really didn't even tell my wife about it until a couple of days before. I said, I'm going to go interview for this job. She's like,
never
what
a
are you
good
doing
idea.
that for? And she's real supportive. She does. She said, do whatever you want. And I came out and interviewed, and Anthony Forfia and Michael Chafee, the principal and athletic director, were really great, and the interview went really well. And I thought about it and talked to some other guys about it, and decided that I was going to give it another shot, based off as Division 7, but not dealing with huge volumes of kids or huge volumes of problems. It was something that I knew that I could do without spending every second of my life doing it, missing my kids' stuff. Even I teach in Cleveland Heights, so that's a drive to get back and forth. But it's something that I knew I could do because of the types of kids who are here, how small it is, just low volumes of everything. When you text, you send 1 text, you don't have to text, and then you get 25 responses. You text, you may get 1 response back. So you're not talking about large volumes of time with a small school. So I guess that's the main reason I got back into being a head coach, at least.
Talking about the scrimmage, what have you seen on the field that has been encouraging for you early?
Well, the good thing, the best thing is the kids are listening and buying into what we're telling them. We try not to talk about what happened last year, the year before, any of that. We just try and bring out our experiences and teach them how we think you should play football. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes kids want to do their own thing, or they want to do what they did last year, or things like that. We haven't had any of those problems. Now, of course, there's lots of things that need to be corrected from the scrimmage, things we need to get better at. We have freshmen playing, we have kids playing who haven't played before, things like that, who that was their first contact, first ever experience playing. So of course there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be things that we have to improve upon, but up to this point, we have our total offense, defense, special teams, everything, onside kick to punt to our offense, defense, everything's in, and everything's just sharpening up now. So We couldn't do that if the kids weren't willing to come out and listen and buy in and do what we asked them to.